I actually went to the Honda dealership and confirmed with them. Seems like the, I mean, supposedly that's a cigarette lighter. Like, what kind of vehicles have cigarette lighters anymore anyways, right? Yeah, there it is. So you can see it right there. I don't put it in a very good location, but that's it. I guess maybe you'll be able to see it better from a farther distance, but all these different wiring harnesses that are in the way and everything. So here it is in the back of the so-called cigarette lighter. Again, I don't know who uses those anymore, but the actual lever to release this is on the right hand side. It's pretty tight in there. It's hard to get your hands in there, but I was able to do it. I'm working on the sub harness now. It's kind of crazy to have a brand new machine and have it torn apart like this and not be able to use it. It's like, I actually just started it last night just to make sure it still ran. It's like taking all this stuff apart, sketchy. Hopefully y'all can see this. There we go. So that's the plug that I detached from the back of the cigarette lighter. And now the sub harness, and try to get in here and actually plug this sucker in. I was gonna install the windshield that I have. I mean, the glass windshield from Honda seems to be pretty, oh yeah, it popped right in there. It seems to be pretty good quality. But I decided to wait until I do all this, right? Because I had to remove all the upper pieces and everything. All right, so that's good. Now let's see what's next here. Okay, so today I have what's the best way to describe it? I think a renewed sense of enthusiasm when it comes to the installation of the Honda Talon switch plate and winch, which I'm going to be installing. But I ran into issues, and it's pretty silly after the fact, but there is actually I was trying to figure out how to plug all these wires in together, and turns out this is a cover on this right here. I was trying to figure out why the wires wouldn't, the harnesses and plugs wouldn't connect together. But it turns out there's a plug right here, and if I had done some more research in advance, I probably would have been able to figure that out before getting so frustrated. But yeah, looks like there's going to be a plug right here that comes off, and so I'm going to plug this back in and figure out how to get that cap off of the other plug. So, yep, again, this is the one that I unplugged from the back of the cigarette lighter. I plugged in the sub harness to the back of the cigarette lighter, and then I'm going to take this cover off. It's such a tight little area to work in. But I think I just about got, oh, yep, there it goes. It snapped right in. And also, this stuff is a lot harder to do while you're trying to, there it is. Where'd that go? I see it. Okay, so now I have it's got the blue plug on the main harness, which I fed through the center console. But let's see, this is what I've been fighting for a long time, and holy crap, it just plugged right in. Thank God for that. think I'm gonna get all the wiring ran up to the battery and everything. And then kind of tighten everything up, add zip ties. And this machine is freaking new, man. I probably don't even have 3 miles on it yet. And to have it torn apart like this and not being able to use it, it's like painful. But I'm gonna keep on moving here. So I added this piece just because I was trying to figure out where things went and how they work, but disconnecting it, I'm gonna install this to the battery now. And then I'm gonna run the wiring back to the battery. Let's see, what is going to be the best way to run this wiring? I can see daylight. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's like below the center console. And look at that, the wiring just goes right in there, no problem. Yeah, I'm gonna run it just like that, I think. Make sure I don't. Oh yeah, see, I already messed up. I don't know, I take a little bit of pride in, you know, it feels good to do stuff on your own. It's also nice to be able to pay other people to do your stuff for you, but it feels good to not lose the ability to be able to do things on your own too. Let's see here. There it is, right there. So yep, I fed it right below this console here. Let's see what this looks like on the other side, but so far it seems to be looking pretty good. Hopefully that'll reach the battery. Should. All right, so here's the 1.5-inch hole that I drilled, and I got the harness coming from that. Oh, look at, I almost kinked the wiring here. Make sure I straighten that out. There we go. I'm not gonna pull on it too hard. Yeah, I'm gonna use zip ties. How much is zip ties? Seems like for this machine, that's gonna give me plenty of room. Let's see if I can find it back here now. Holy crap. Again, they don't give you a lot of room to work. It's like up here. Oh, I see it. I found it. Yeah. I think I might even be able to reach it. There it is. Right here. Yep, so I'm just following this wiring assembly, but I got it. This has been such a pain. Seems like everything's getting more complicated these days. But at least I got it. All right. That is awesome. Got it back here. That was pretty easy. Everything reached. Everything reached, so it's right here. Now, can reinstall. This is the last part of the, well, one of the last parts of the main switch plate harness. Just gonna plug it in. There we go. It's all plugged in. Now I'm gonna run it right up here. Connect the positive and the negative. And I'm gonna be installing a winch simultaneously. So I'm gonna figure out where the wiring is for that before I like really put this all back together on this backside here, but I should be pretty damn close. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the battery and try to find the wiring for the winch, which hopefully is somewhere up here. That's what I've seen so far. Hopefully I don't have to remove the battery entirely. Let's see, where is that wiring? I see him. See that blue tape right there? It's right back there. That's it. I guess if they made this stuff easy, it wouldn't be as interesting, right? Can't even hardly get to it. I don't want to pull this battery all the way out because all the stuff is connected to it. So there's the positive. Looks like they have it cramped down or something. Crimped down, clamped down, something. Why? I mean, obviously so it doesn't get away from you, but come on, man. At least they did that. Like added the wiring for the winch. Okay, so that must be a solenoid or something, and I can kind of move that out of the way. Now the positive side is right here. Why do they have it? It's a positive side. I'm not seeing the negative side yet. I mean, I feel like in order to do this, there's like a zip tie right there that I'm going to need to cut, but it's so far back inside there, I don't want to mess anything up. I'm not seeing the negative. You'd think it would have to come out of the same harness, right? It's not one thing, it's another. Holy crap. I mean, that's got to be for the winch, but I would assume there would be a negative cable here too. Yeah, I just see a positive. I mean, maybe the negative is already connected. And I can confirm that. Looks like freaking zip tie disconnected. I just don't want to mess up the wiring on the insulation on the wiring. I think I'm gonna have to take my chances. All right. They don't make this easy, that's for sure. So I'm just going to take it slow. I got a brand new blade on my knife, and I'm just gonna make multiple cuts. Just take it slow. Try not to mess up the insulation on the wiring. Why would they not give you some way to like disconnect this without effing things up? Look at that. That worked out a lot better than I expected. That's cool. Let's see if I can get it out of there. That turned out a lot better than I expected it to. I don't even think I messed up the wiring insulation at all. That's a huge relief and blessing. There we go. That should work. So I'm gonna cut off the tape right here. And that way all this is gonna be protected. It's not gonna, if it bumps into something metal or anything like that, it's not gonna go anywhere or cause any problems. Sure is gonna feel good once I get this all put back together. There we go. One step closer. As long as I don't cut my fingers off. All right, so this is for the winch. And then the harness that I fed back here, this is the main harness for the switch plate. So after I install this, I'm going to use a electrical sniffer. I'm going to start it up and just confirm that like everything is installed right, because I couldn't find a ground or a black wire, which I thought was going to be here. I can't find it, so I'm going to secure this, and then I'll use an electrical sensor or poker to make sure that everything is good. I think it will be. I think they probably routed it in advance. You can always have a negative connected, but you know, obviously the positive is going to be hot. So I'm going to do both of these at the same time. All right, so that's for the winch, and then this is for the switch plate. I'm not sure this is the way that I want to route this. Yeah, definitely. But I probably will feed it through here in advance, so make sure everything is enclosed properly. Decided to run it over this way. I think this is a fuse or something. I'll probably just pack it right in there. That's a negative, and then the winch wiring is right here. And then this is the original. Let's see if I can keep this all together. Oh shit. Okay. Hopefully you don't just keep on spinning. Okay, so it looks like there is a brass piece inside here that you know, goes back farther. I gotta figure out a way to push it forward and screw at the same time. Okay, so it helped to push down on the main winch cable to line up the screw. So hopefully I get some traction here with the probe stuck behind there. Goodness freaking gracious. All right, so this has been a bit of a pain in the ass. I guess it would have been a lot easier if this bolt was 1/8 of an inch longer, but it's not. So what I did was attached some of the electrical attachments and torqued them down. I'm trying to conform everything to a certain position. Now that I did that, I'm gonna loosen it up and add one more. Add one more and tighten it back down. And just do one at a time. Hopefully by doing this, it'll kind of tighten everything up, bend everything, and so it fits the right way. All right, so one more. I'm gonna do it again. Tighten it back down. And keep in mind, there is a part of this terminal that if you don't have a probe or something like that, pushing it towards the front of the fastener, then it's gonna go backwards on you, so. Just trying to get the metal to bend. And hopefully it'll wanna fit in the right spot. All right, I just got 2 more attachments here. Got 1 and 2. Actually, I'm gonna do the wider one on there and then use this one as a washer. There we go, and this should work. If it doesn't, I'm gonna make it work with a hammer. There we go, it's working. Pull this out now and tighten it down. So y'all saw this, I used a probe, push back on that brass fitting in the back there, and then I just did one of the wiring attachments at a time until the last 2, but pretty much bent the metal to make it take up less space. I'm going to loosen it up a little bit just to kind of twist things down. Make sure they're in the right spot so I can use this cover. And when I put the actual like battery enclosure back on here, that should push this down here, hopefully. Don't want to forget to secure the negative terminal for the main switch plate harness. This part's a lot easier. One thing I'm grateful about is they gave plenty of space in here to tuck this stuff away. So that's good. Pretty sure people that have worked on these already know exactly the way I feel right now. Would you look at that? Yeah.